This is the plaintiff, Lonnie Eatman. He says he bought a car from a customer of his, drove the thing for 2 blocks, and it went kaput and died. His mechanic said the car was a mess. He called the defendant, and her boyfriend told him to make the repairs and they'd reimburse him. Foolishly, he believed the defendant, but no matter what he does, he can't seem to get her to pony up the $1,294.73 he's owed. This is the defendant, Amanda Veltri. She says she told the plaintiff her car kept breaking down, and he said he knew how to fix cars and was looking for one for his girlfriend. She agreed to sell him the car, and now he wants to sue her for the repairs he knew it needed and expects her to pay? Ha! She owes him nothing and is sure the judge will agree. She's accused of unloading a loser.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a car from a customer and it died 2 blocks from the first ride. The defendant says he told the plaintiff the car was a clunker that constantly broke down. It's the case of, I got Clunk in the trunk.
Lonnie Eatman,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are suing Amanda Veltri for $1,294.73, the amount of money that you have spent repairing a car that she sold to you. Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I bought a car from her. I was told that it was just the distributor cap. I got the car and drove it a couple of blocks, and the car died. Then I contacted.
You were told that what was just the distributor cap?
That's what the problem was with the car.
Okay, how did you know her?
I'm a taxi driver. I picked up her and her boyfriend and her fiance in a taxi.
Okay, how often would you pick her up?
Well, this day, I don't pick her up often. This day, I just picked her up. It was just a call that the dispatcher gave me.
So this was completely random? You'd never met her before?
No, I work for a car service. She might have called a taxi, and it could have been another driver. But this time, I was a driver, and her and her boyfriend was in the car, and her car had broken down. I gave them a ride.
And that's the car that you were buying, the car that broke down?
Yes.
That's a first. Okay. What was so compelling to you about buying that car that had broken down? We already know it broke down because she's calling you for a ride. So
Because he told me that the only thing that was wrong was the distributor cap. So
how old was this car?
92.
1992?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 20-something-year-old car?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Did you get it checked out before you bought it?
Well, I had it checked out the same day.
After you bought it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's close, but no cigars. Okay? You kind of want to get it checked out before you buy a 20-year-old car to find out what's wrong with it. You're buying it afterwards? Is there any paperwork from the sale?
Yes, I have the bill of sale here that he did sign.
Was that car running and working fine when you had it?
Originally, the car was starting to break down, so I originally brought it to a mechanic where the mechanic informed me it was the distributor. But I brought it to one place. I still wanted to look around. He was pressuring me basically into selling the car. I called him.
How did he know you were selling a car?
Well, my fiance, he would constantly pick up because my fiance was the one that was actually calling him for the rides when the car broke down.
Come on up, fiance.
I told him to bring the car to AutoZone to
You got a ring on your finger?
It's getting sized right now.
Okay, that's a fiance. I just don't like the word. I don't like the word fiance thrown around when, I think women do themselves a disservice when they do their, or whoever wants to get married. I shouldn't assume it's a woman who wants to get married just because it's a woman who wants to get married 99%. All right, fiance, what's your name?
I'm Vito Fabrizio. How you doing, Your Honor?
Okay, good. How are you? So you would call him when your car would break down? Or?
It was my car, but he was actually getting it looked at. I told him to bring it to AutoZone, which is after he dropped me off from work. Actually, Lonnie dropped me off in the taxi because the car was broken down. And the car.
How often would you guys get a ride from Lonnie?
Probably like 4 or 5 days in a row. I called him and said, because he gave me his personal cell phone number and said, if you ever break down, give me a call. So I broke down 3 or 4 times in a couple of days. And every time he picked me up, he said, please sell me this car. And she didn't want to sell it.
Is that true?
No, it's not. I could say, honestly, I gave him a ride maybe 3 times.
Oh, 3 times? What happened to 1 time before? Okay, go on.
Maybe 3
Your
times.
Honor, he kept asking me to sell the car. She would yell at me, I don't want to sell the car. I don't want to sell the car. He offered $1,500.
Why were you yelling at him?
Because I wanted to know what was actually wrong with the car. Because if it was a distributor, I was just going to fix it. It's a 92 Toyota Camry. Figured, why not? I'll ride it until it actually falls apart.
Because 20 years is not enough of a service for that poor thing. Go ahead.
I handled this whole thing, and he had
You handled this whole thing, and look at you.
Yeah. But
Go ahead.
he started sending me text messages about 2 weeks after he bought the car, saying that he put all this money into it. And now we took the money of the distributor cap off the price of the car to show him that, like, you know, we're trying to reach out to him too to take the money off.
Did you guys have anything in writing when you made that sale? Like, did you guys have a bill of sale?
I gave him the bill of sale.
Can I see the bill of sale?
And also, just to keep in mind, when I sold the car, he gave me half the money, and then he said, I'm going to come back with the tow truck with the other half of the money because the car didn't start. When he left my house with the car, he left with it on a tow truck.
Is that true?
No, my mechanic picked up the car. I was at work, so
Was it towed or was it driven?
No, it was driven. It wasn't towed. It was driven. It was not towed. It was driven.
You weren't there. You were, and the thing was towed?
It was towed.
Okay. How stupid is it, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being grossly stupid, how stupid is it to buy a 1992 car without getting it checked out by a mechanic?
I think it's very stupid.
Would you ever do it if it was a great deal and they said, you got to do it right now or you're never going to get the car?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Somebody comes up to you, it's a really cool looking car, but they say either pay for it now or we're not going to give it to you. Would you buy it?
I definitely wouldn't. No.
Anybody here confess? Anybody here ever buy a car without getting it checked out? Anybody?
My husband.
Huh?
My husband.
Still your husband?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Going inside the courtroom.
Bill of sale, 1992 Camry, sold as is with 119,000 miles on it and no warranty. Okay, what else could possibly go wrong against you in this case? See, when you buy a used car, by default, the sale is an as-is sale. This is buyer beware. That means you get it checked out before you buy it and make sure that it's worth the money that you're spending on it. But you don't get to pretend that you have a money-back guarantee or a 100% warranty on whatever's wrong with it on the purchase of a 20-year-old car that you don't investigate at all and that you had all these warning signs might be a problem. That's just not how it works. Verdicts for the defendants.
Thank you.
Both sides, just hold on right there, please.
I'm gonna still win.
Well, it's another one of those as-is situations here. Step right next to me right here, sir, and tell me, you clear about the verdict?
Yeah, I'm clear about the verdict. I got jerked.
By?
He knows what he did, and that's all that matters.
Okay. All right. All right, step in here. All right, so not a very happy customer there.
No, not at all.
No, you can't make everyone happy.
Mm-hmm.
But he did sign the bill of sale. It's his car, no warranty, as is.
You loved it when he signed that. You went, got rid of that lemon.
Yeah.
Is that what you thought?
Well, lemon law, I'm not a certified dealer or leaser, therefore it doesn't apply to me.
You know what you're doing. You know how to get rid of a car like that. Harvey?
The only way you can undo a contract like this is if you can prove some kind of fraud, a misrepresentation of a material fact in the contract where they know something is wrong and they hide it from you. That's fraud, and you can undo it even if it's an as-is deal. If you can't prove fraud and it's an as-is contract, the bottom line is you are going to be out of luck. That's why it's so important to get a car like this checked out.